Welcome back to another episode of the M19 podcast. I am the founder, Ryan Pineda, and today we are talking legal stuff. I've got one of the biggest lawyers in California. This guy is the MVP of law, and he's just an awesome M19 member that I've gotten to know really well over the last 6 months. I've got Brett Sachs. What's up, man?
What's going on, Ryan? Thank you for having me on. MVP is the name. It's the name of the firm. It's how we live our lives, and it's how we push our core values at the firm. So we appreciate you thinking of us that way.
Yeah.
We truly try to live every day that way.
Yeah, so you guys are out in Southern California. Mm-hmm. You're playing at Pelican Hill every day.
Pretty much.
And, you've built this law firm pretty quickly. Tell me a little bit about your story of, how it evolved into what it is today.
Yeah, so it's weird. When I got into law, I wanted to go into family law because my parents are divorced and I didn't want children to go through what me and my sisters went through. And within 2 weeks in California at a family law firm, I realized you're not going to help anyone. The court systems, the paperwork, it's all mediation. Judges don't make decisions. It's just not going to benefit anyone, in my opinion. And so I took the next job I could find, which ended up being personal injury at a big firm. Learned a whole lot. I got lucky and got put into the intake department, right? And so I was able to see how cases came in, what marketing strategies were working, how many of those calls we were getting in. I was tracking, conversion rates, wanted rates, and everything. And then I would track those cases throughout the entire process. And we had something that we had a qualification list of how to qualify a case. And I was like, are we actually quantifying these cases for what the qualifications were? And I found a common denominator that we weren't in a certain amount of cases. Went to my boss at that point, told him, we're not getting enough repeat business from these cases. We're not monetizing them for what you want to. So we either should stop taking these cases or we should figure out how to monetize them. And he basically looked at me and just said, go back to your office. It's not your job. And I was like, okay. So within a week from then, quit, went to work defense for a year to learn how the other side looks at these cases. Went to my wife and begged her to start my own firm. We did. That was in 2017.
Yep.
And I started by going and knocking on every personal injury law firm from LA down to San Diego, asking them to refer me anything that they reject on a daily basis.
Yes, it's too small for you.
Yep.
You don't want to deal with the headache.
Yep. I will figure it out. I will monetize it. And at that point, when you would get $1,000, a $2,000 fee, it was a big deal for me. It goes a long way. Got super lucky. The first case we got ended up being $100,000, settled it in 2.5 weeks, and built it up from there. Scaled very quickly. I'm a huge systems and procedures guy, so I basically wanted to figure out the main core KPIs that, in my opinion, a personal injury law firm should operate by.
Yeah.
And if you're running a personal injury law firm and you're only thinking of it like a lawyer, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
The best lawyers cannot run a good personal injury firm. It's a business, and you have to think about it that way. So you have to have a legal operator and a business operator. So I developed a system that looked at how many cases can you get, how much are those cases going to cost you, how long are those cases going to sit on your desk, and what's the average result for each of those cases. And I was like, how do I maximize each one of those KPIs? And so I just built teams and systems and diversified the firm so that everyone was working on a very specific duty so that they can maximize and not waste any time doing something that they weren't specialized in.
Right.
And so in 2 or 3 years, I think we grew to about 40 people. And then our highest was almost 90 to 95 people. And then it got weird.
Okay.
It was like, what's going on? Overhead is insane.
Yeah.
It's harder to project at that level.
What kind of overhead are we talking about with that many people, the ad spend, everything?
So our payroll alone was $500,000.
Yeah.
Overhead over that, our rent was $50 million, or 50,000 shit. It's a very expensive office space. No, it was 50,000. We did about $250,000 in advertising at that time.
Yeah, you're coming up on $1 million a month.
Easy. It was scary. When you're not hitting $1 million a month in revenue, you're losing money.
Yeah.
And it was not what I wanted to do at that point. So I looked at everything, figured out what the lowest denominator of these cases were, cut them out, So we basically at that point stopped taking referrals from other firms and only focused on our organic stuff. So it cut our intakes in half. I was able to scale back down, make the same amount or more money with less.
Yep.
And then from there, we implemented a lot of AI because payroll is only going to go up.
Right.
People only want more money every single year. Their skills will either develop or they won't develop. We want to maximize the output so we can help our clients because that's the most important thing of the law firm. So any repetitive task in the law firm was basically replaced with an AI bot. So everything from the balance verifications with doctors, intakes, mail. So we have a mail system that you scan in all the mail. It organizes the mail, sends it to all the right folders, identifies what team is on that case, and then calendars any like important dates. And then obviously you have one person monitoring it to make sure it's accurate. But things like that, which took, I think we had 3 mail clerks at that time. So it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
So,
you guys know I love the game of golf, and that is why I started M19. It is a golf mastermind for entrepreneurs who are doing over 7 figures in their business and who want to go on bucket list golf trips together. We already have hundreds of members all across the country, and we've been to some of the best courses in the world, places like Pebble Beach, Pinehurst, Bandon Dunes, and many others. The course is the best place to do deals, make great relationships, and have fun. So go to mastermind19.com today. So you cut the business labor in half, but the business still grew.
Yes. In fact, it actually did very well. The year and a half after that was our best year ever. And last year was a little tough.
Yeah.
We overprojected so much that I actually got money back in my taxes for the first time. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But we're right back in it. And the best part about this type of business is it's so upside down.
Yeah.
The ups are very high. The downs are stressful.
Yeah.
So if you don't have good cash flow, you don't have good accountants, you don't have good access to lines of credit, it makes this very, very challenging.
Yeah, you were just telling me you guys just closed. Was it your biggest case ever recently?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a $12 million settlement. Can't talk about it yet. But
it was great.
One day I can.
Yeah. So that's great. Tell me about, you're already kind of talking about the challenges. What do you think is something that is separating you from the competition?
Speed. Basically being able to maximize our clients' recovery in the fastest time.
So you guys can settle way quicker than everyone else.
Yeah, so our average time on desk, I was actually talking to Javi about it last night, from start to finish is 9 months, but from start to settlement is 6 months.
Got it.
And that is, I would estimate at least 6 months to maybe even 12 months earlier than most of my competitors.
Yeah, I would think most lawyers, it's like 1-2 years to finally settle just a car wreck.
100%. I've seen people come to me because I'm so good at the business part of it. I have a lot of lawyers, trial lawyers, people that get referrals from pre-lit firms that are do litigation, and they're asking me what happened here? Yeah, and you would have a case that had a $30,000 policy, rear ender, had chiropractic treatment, maybe a pain management recommendation, and you're 2 years out.
It's very simple happened? Case.
That's a 3 or 4 month in and out all day.
Yeah.
So it's being able to maximize, and the important part about this, and I definitely want anyone that's watching to understand this, I do not in any way do any of this at the expense of our clients.
Right.
So it's absolutely still maximizing what they can recover, but doing it faster.
Yeah.
If I can get you $15,000 today, or I can get you $16,000 a year and a half from now, what are you going to take?
Yeah, the 15 is way better.
100%. So it's take your ego out of this. Don't file on cases you shouldn't file on. Don't go to trial on cases you shouldn't try because you want to be this big giant, lawyer, out there getting awards and everything. It's about the client at the end of the day, and the cost of litigation now is so expensive. You really have to educate your clients in what that transition is from a pre-lit to a litigation setting.
Right. So another thing I've noticed about you, we've had these conversations at the different events we've been at, is you're really good at marketing. And I think a lot of lawyers follow the old school plan of we're just going to be on billboards, bus stops, TV commercials, and they're all really expensive things. I've done them myself in my own business, and I'm like, this ROI sucks. I don't think this is a smart use of money.
Exactly.
So tell me about what allowed you guys to get cases so fast and grow marketing wise?
So the biggest thing for us, because we got so many referrals off the bat, our client retention was so high. So we got, at the best, 35 to 40% of our intakes were just client referrals, and now on average is 20 to 25%. So we do so well for our clients that we get a lot of business from them, which allowed us to not throw a bunch of money out, take these cases in organically, be able to strategically analyze what we can do. And I've tried the traditional marketing too. I mean, I've wasted tens of millions of dollars on radio and got
that much?
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Wow.
It was so bad. And I come from a firm that did everything on the radio. And I heard it. It worked. Every single client heard you on the radio, heard you on the radio. And so when my radio buyer was like, they're never going to tell you that. I'm like, for 2 years, I was talking to thousands of people, and they will absolutely tell you that if they heard you on the radio.
Yeah, you were intake. You got to hear it.
I know for a fact they will tell you that. Like, that's a complete lie.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, go check your organic searches on Google. I'm like, I am. Nothing's changed, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Whatever I'm off the radio. I can't do it right now. Like, unless you have enough capital to suffocate the traditional market, you're going to lose. Yeah. So it's like billboards, TV, radio, all at the same time. Push them.
You need millions a month.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. You're not going to get it done. 100%. And one of my biggest competitors, we're cool now, was where I came from. And they're spending, I think, $3 to $4 million a month.
Yep.
You can't compete with that.
Yeah.
Like I overheard a conversation that one of the partners at that firm literally said, I will outspend every single competitor until they go bankrupt.
Yep.
I was like,
even if we break even, lose money, I just want to get rid of him.
And he's one of the best businessmen I've ever met. He has fuck you money. And not even from the law firm. He has started so many businesses on the side of that.
The law
and so
firm's
he just
money.
has Yep. So it's hard to compete with that.
So what are you doing now?
So we do all digital.
Yeah.
We specialize in SEO. I'm still a big proponent of SEO. A lot of people think that SEO is dead.
With AI, writing all the blogs.
Correct.
And stuff.
I think that as long as you stay ahead of that, understand what Google actually looks for and what they don't want, then I think you can stay ahead of that. So I have, when we first started SEO, I knew it was going to be a long game. I found this really, really small company. It was 2 guys, hungry, right out of college. They sounded super smart. I said, listen, guys, let's take a chance on each other. We're new, you're new. Let's start this small. Let's be competitive. If you do your job, I will pay you 3 times what you will take from any other client. But right now, I need you to take 3 times less. Let's do it together. Let's scale up together. Prove that you can do this. No one's ever heard of you. And then we grew. And then eventually, we had complete exclusivity with them in California. And then they started to scale and grow so big that they were like, hey, listen, we really can't not take clients in California because it's such a big state. And I said, okay, what if I help get you clients as long as they're not directly competing with my markets that I'm doing? And then I buy into the marketing company.
Got it.
And that protects us.
Yeah. So what do you think about SEO with AI and everything now? Because Gemini is now showing it right at the top of Google. And so they don't even click links anymore. Right. And then chat's making all these recommendations. So
it was funny because about 3 months ago, my intake manager comes to me and is like, hey, we just signed a client that heard of us on ChatGPT. And I was like, wow, really? And so I went to my team. I was like, how? And I was instantly obsessed with understanding how we were on ChatGPT. Tell me where ChatGPT gets their information. Yep. Where they fed. How do we maximize this? And so they researched it. They got into it. They, just like you and just like a lot of salespeople, they go to conferences. They have coaches. They do. Yeah. They're very invested in growing and being the best agency they can. And so I appreciate that. And they became experts at AI and chat and Gemini and all these new ones that are coming out. And so what they did is they started creating podcast content, channels, things that nobody else will see. I'm not doing this to be a content dude. It's for business. It's 100% to be seen on the internet from a search perspective. Yep. So my YouTube channel will not have viewers.
Yeah.
But it will be pushed into Reddit, and it'll be pushed into these other channels that chat gets their information from. So when you Google best personal injury lawyer in California, that section that shows up before the ads,
Yeah.
hopefully will have us everywhere.
Yeah. It's interesting because I've gotten clients from AI and we don't do any SEO. We've never done SEO. But because like we're just so out there with content, it just feeds all these things and it just naturally happens.
Yeah, and there was a time where I was like, we should do content. I should start a golf channel or whatever, because I just got into golf about a year and a half ago. And I envy you, but I also like would never want your life. It's like it is all the time. And you're so good at it that you have to live and breathe it. And if you don't, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
And so because I knew I couldn't do that, I couldn't rely on that. And because I knew I couldn't compete with our competitors in traditional advertising, I had to be very, very, very good at SEO and digital Google searches, Google marketing, understanding the different algorithms, when Google LSAs change the way that they work. Because you could be up and you can get 100 cases a month from LSA, and then the next month, 0.
Right.
And it's just like, what? And they'll spend faster. Like they're pulling. And now, I think Facebook Meta doesn't even allow you to put a credit card on file.
Yep.
First of all, fuck, we want our points. Like, come on. That's hard. Like pulling straight from an operating account, like that's crazy. So you have to be really good at organic searches, in my opinion. And that's how I keep my cost per acquisition under 2,000.
Wow.
My competitors, I think on the cheap end are $6,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. When your CAC is a third of your competitors, you're going to do really well.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you started golfing about a year and a half ago. You joined M19 pretty quickly. Like what made you want to join and what made you even get into golf?
So I needed a hobby, to be honest with you. My team said I needed a hobby.
They're like, you need to get out of the office.
You need to get out of
dude.
the office. So my wife had our son, our second kid. I finally took a month off, or a month or two off, whatever. And I came back. It was like the first time I took off in 7 years, by the way. Like I didn't go on a honeymoon. When my daughter was born, I was back to work the next day. Like my total identity was business and the firm. Like I didn't do anything but work. And so when I took the time off and came back, my leadership team sat me down and just said, we can't have you here every day. And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? He was like, we need you to get a hobby. And right before that, a big group of my buddies went to Utah, St. George, to play golf. I have a friend who lives on Entrada, which is backs to Black Desert, if anyone knows the area. And so I went to like Roger Dunn, which is the local golf shop in California, got a set of clubs, broke the driver on the first hole. It was so light and thin, but tried to hack it around. I was like, okay, wait, I kind of like this. You can be competitive. I used to play sports. I compete with myself every day to be better and better. This will be the hobby. So I told them, I said, buy me a membership at Pelican Hill and I'll play golf. And they did. So I started playing golf.
Wait, aren't you the boss?
Yeah, for sure. But you got to make them feel like it's their decision. Like,
Okay.
Of course I could do it, but they'd be a lot happier if they thought it was their idea.
Yeah, okay.
So, a good leader lets the others lead.
Yeah, I'm with you. My employees think they thought everything.
100%.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
They built this firm.
Yep. So you let them buy you a membership to Pelican, and then what?
Started golfing. Like,
You just loved it.
Yep. I hired a caddy and said, it was funny. The first tee time out I went as a member, I called them half an hour before and said, hey, you guys have caddies, right? And they're like, yeah, but it's probably not going to happen today, but we'll see. This dude shows up at half an hour later. He came from I think he's a meat cutter at like a Kroger or something. And he's like, yeah, I got the call. I love caddying. I left and just came by and I go, very smart decision. You're now my personal caddy every day for the next 6 months. You're going to teach me how to hit this ball. And you're going to teach me how to get around this course. Because I'm going to bring clients out. I'm going to bring vendors out. I'm going to bring business partners out. And I don't want to look like a complete dumb shit. You make that happen. And he was like, deal. And it was a great time. A lot of struggles, a lot of challenges, still having challenges. But, you got to have a goal. In fact, people that are going to watch this are going to laugh in your comment section. Yeah. But that's what I need to be pushed. I made a bet with a good friend of mine that I can be scratch by June of 2027.
Yeah.
So
we're about a year out.
We're about a year out.
Yeah.
It's getting real.
Yeah.
So
we got some work to do.
We do, for sure.
What's your handicap now?
It's like a 9.2.
Yeah.
So it's
going down.
I started taking
I
lessons.
mean, when you
about
joined M19, you were like 13 or
13,
something.
14, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you're going down.
Yeah, it's going down. I started getting lessons about like probably like right before I came to Vegas, actually.
Yeah.
And all we've been working on is like ball placement, stance, setup. Even you helped me with the drive. Like I was standing way too close to the ball. I wasn't getting any rotation.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
Yep.
And so being able just to do that without changing anything else and course management helped the scores go down. Like for 2 weeks straight, my coach just said, no matter what hole you're on or how far you're out, get yourself to 55 yards. You're really, really good at a 55-yard chip.
Yeah.
Get yourself there. If you're 100 yards out, hit a 45-yard pitch to get to 55 yards. He's like, do not go for any green if you're not 55 yards out. Wow. And I did. And it's remarkable what it did to the game. It just helped me focus on making smart decisions. And so that alone also brought it down.
Yeah.
Now we have to work on the swing and
then make those actual 100-yard shots. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
That's the next step.
Close.
Yeah. So what made you want to join M19?
A couple of reasons, actually. Golf, for sure. I wanted more golf with different people.
Yeah.
And I knew that, a lot of my friends that are really into golf, they obviously have the time and resources to go to all of these amazing places. But to get ourselves to schedule it together, conflict, it's so hard and annoying.
Yeah.
And, I think the ad was like, we do everything. Like, come out, play golf. If you make money and you like golf, come here. I'm like, okay, let's do that. Money. I like that. I like money and I like to play golf. And I don't like to plan for things. Let's try that out. And so that in combination with being able to be with high level functioning individuals, not in my industry, was very important to me because I've done so many mastermind groups and consulting groups and teaching and classes. And it just, you're never going to get a straight answer with the people that you're competing with on a daily basis. And so I needed to understand how to be better at business from other good business people, because I think that the core fundamentals of scaling of any business is going to translate from industry to industry. So I don't need another law firm owner to tell me what to do. I need someone who's bigger and better and smarter than me to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
So this gave me the opportunity to meet a lot of very high net worth people, very smart people, and just down to earth people too. So it's like not intimidating at all. Some of these guys that I've met are making 10 times what I'm making, and you would never know it.
Yeah.
So it's a very cool place to be, and I thoroughly enjoy your team, and I enjoy all the trips that we go on.
Yeah, because this is your fourth.
Yes, I think this is my fourth.
Yeah, this is only the fifth.
Awesome.
So cool. We're gonna have a lot more soon, but I've noticed that too. It's like there's so many high level guys. Everybody's willing to share. Nobody's a competitor.
Right.
And the other thing I realized a while ago was like I'd be in all these real estate masterminds, and it's great, but it's all the same.
Yes.
Everybody's like, oh, so just do more billboards.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
No.
There's got to be other ways to do this that other people are finding.
Right. Yeah. It's like the guys that are teaching and like on top of those conferences and mastermind groups, you're not doing that. That's not where you're getting your sales from.
Yeah.
We want to know how you get your shit. Like, let's all be, and I think that, a rising tide raises all ships.
Yeah.
I think there are enough people, especially in California, that get into accidents where like the competition doesn't need to be that bad.
Yeah. There's 40 million people in California.
Yeah. There's
a lot.
There's a lot of car accidents a day.
So what are some things that you have learned from golf that you've been able to apply to business?
I think golf relates very well to business in so many different ways. Patience, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a very impatient human being. So being able to learn to calm myself, lower my heart rate, focus, be in the moment, enjoy where I'm at that particular time, and take whatever is presented to you was very helpful in the business. It allowed me to take a step back. Instead of hyper-focus on a bunch of little things, I got to just focus on some big high-level things, which allowed the team to grow themselves because I wasn't like every day like micromanaging. That, and on top of, it's a very like, golf is, you have to be a good human being to be fun to golf with, in my opinion.
Right.
And so like, I was trying to figure out like the best way to say that without completely sounding like an asshole. But you know, people cheat. People don't count strokes. People aren't paying attention. People, you know, there's etiquette to the game of golf. Like simple things. Don't walk in lines. Don't don't talk when someone's swinging. Make sure that if you're the one that's out or not out, you're not the one taking your shot. Like those things, in my opinion, translate to good human beings and good business people. You know, I know that I heard you talking to somebody else earlier saying that it's surprising how many good business people there are that are horrible at being on a golf course with. And I would say to that they're probably not as good in business that you think they are. Right. They can mask it, hide it, do something, or you know, there's something that's not present. But I believe that someone who's amazing to be with for 4.5 hours and is a high level functioning human being is going to be good at business as well. So it just translates very well to what we do. Yeah.
So as we wrap up here, if somebody is in, because you guys only do California right now, right?
Yes. My wife, Chelsea, who is our managing partner, is now about to be licensed in Indiana. She's licensed in Texas. I'm going to probably take the Arizona or Nevada bar in July.
Great.
July,
I can hire you now.
Yes, of course you can, which would be awesome. So we are going nationwide.
That's the next step of scale.
Next step. Yeah.
Wow.
For sure.
So if they want to hire you guys, where do they go?
You want to hire us, or if you have any questions at all about anything legal in any state whatsoever, you know, you can either call our firm or go to our website. That's the easiest way. There's a lot of information. TheMVP.com. That's THEMVP.com.
TheMVP.com. That's a good domain. That's easy.
It's expensive.
It was expensive? How much was it?
I think like 30 grand.
30?
I mean, some of my competitors have like 6-figure domains, but
I'm a domain junkie.
Oh, are you?
I just buy them.
Yep.
But I haven't spent 30 on one.
It was intense. We wanted to get MVP.com.
Yeah.
But I think ESPN actually owns that, and they were not willing to get rid of it.
I don't think you would
pay
don't use whatever.
It. Yeah. No, that's a 7, 8, 9-figure domain or something crazy.
For sure.
You know, obviously, the smaller the domain, the better it is, and so we wanted something very simple and easy.
Yeah. Well, guys, if you have any kind of injury, legal questions, all those things, you can go hit up Brett and his team, themvp.com. And Brett, thanks for for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it. It's always a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. I mean, we are big bettors.
We are. Oh, yeah. I was going to mention that. I forgot too.
Yeah.
What are we betting today?
I mean, who's up overall is the question.
I think we're close.
It's pretty like neck and neck.
Unfortunately, on camera, you took me, and it was a bad day.
I took you for probably,
I think $1,000,
$2,000 bucks on camera.
It was a challenging day. So hopefully today will not be like that. Of course, I showed you my Whoop, and it's 18% sleep, and what was it, like 3% recovery?
It's all good. I'm recovering good. I feel great today.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I think we'll raise the bets today.
Yeah, that's what Will said too. He's like, "Oh, so you're taking bets today?"
We'll have to. Our typical bet's 500 to 1,000.
Yep.
So we'll figure out something over the next 3 days at Pebble.
Cool.
How have you liked Pebble so far?
Oh, I love Pebble. This is one of my favorite places to be. It's the best atmosphere. Monterey is so pretty, and the golf's amazing. It's very quiet and peaceful up here.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, guys, go check out Brett and make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Thank you.